Welcome to the highest point in the city of Cranston. This is where we're going to have our soapbox derby going that way. Right? Yeah. Okay. First of all, I'm excited to be here this morning as we've finally reopened this Park Avenue Bridge. I'd like to recognize our governor, Governor Dan McKee. Thank you for being here. Our Lieutenant Governor, Sabina Matos. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. I think she wants to move into Cranston. She's here every day. And right,
I spend a lot of time in Cranston.
you know we love you, and she likes our restaurants too. So, and members of the DOT, again, thank you so much for the work that you've done in completing this project for us. And also to Senator Josh Miller. Senator, thank you so much for your help in getting this done. After many conversations with the Rhode Island DOT and our federal delegation, this long-awaited completion of this project is welcome news for our residents and our surrounding area businesses. Our residents and business owners have been patient as DOT navigated through the many challenges in construction, and I want to thank them personally, especially the laborers, for the hard work that they did in completing this project. Although it may have been an inconvenience during the construction, I am pleased that the bridge will now be structurally sound for its 15,000 daily commuters. Providing quality infrastructure for our residents is a top priority of my administration. I'm glad that this Park Avenue Bridge will be safe for decades to come. If you come here during the morning, you'll see many school children also walking on these new sidewalks when school reopens over to Park View. Again, thank you for having me here today to help with this ribbon cutting. I'm excited to welcome everyone to this finally. This is a great day for the city of Cranston because it now reconnects the section of Ward 1 to the section of Ward 2 and really takes Cranston. I no longer have to get on Route 10 to get on Route 95 to get down to my favorite coffee place down in Edgewood. I can now just go over the bridge. So again, thank you everyone. I greatly appreciate the governor for being here to help us with this celebration. And at this point, I'd like to give you Governor Dan McKee.
Thanks, Mayor. Yeah. Thanks, Mayor. And yes, Cranston is a great community. I was here yesterday with your staff, visiting small businesses in the areas that are really important to you, which is right here in Cranston. And the small businesses are so important to us, and we know that connecting communities is the key in terms of having a good economy. Connecting communities is also a key in terms of public safety. We need to make sure that we have the most direct routes in the case of an emergency. And yesterday we had a visit from our Deputy Secretary of Transportation, and she talked about, Stephanie talked about how important it was that you were connecting communities, making sure that we're taking advantage of every opportunity we have in the state. And we know that the infrastructure issues in the state, thank you so much to the DOT, the leadership there at DOT, we're making significant progress that is not reflected yet in some of our rankings, by the way. It will be. And this work is not only another way to kind of say, to acknowledge, as the Deputy Secretary yesterday said, that Rhode Island is a leader right now with a plan in terms of infrastructure. This is a good example of that. I thank you, the Mayor, for his patience. Patience is a virtue. There's no question about that. In some cases, there's complications on projects like this. But we worked our way through it, and we're here to cut the ribbon today. And Senator, thank you so much for your representation here in Cranston, and Lieutenant Governor as well. Yes, we got to be in all 39 cities and towns, but today we're in Cranston to cut the ribbon on a bridge that's going to connect our community. So thank you, Bear. Thank you so much for your work. And Sabina, I don't know where you're saying anything, or the Senator. Good Senator. Good Senator. Senator. See, you're involved in infrastructure, not just the things that we worked on, guns and marijuana.
Right. So it is this. Welcome to the basically the heart of my district. This bridge literally split my district in half. And I was first elected in 2006. And quickly, everybody knows DOT is a lot more than this bridge. But you wouldn't know that if you went to any conversation that I had with DOT. Almost the first issue that I discussed on a regular basis with DOT since 2006 has been this bridge and the status of this bridge. And that accelerated when we all noticed in this neighborhood that we now had school children walking on the road rather than on the sidewalk, because the sidewalk had been closed because the old decking on this bridge was wooden and it caught on fire. And so the sidewalk was then unsafe. So we've come a long way, and it's a lot more complicated than anybody except maybe the DOT and some of us know, because of all the utility for Amtrak underneath it. It was a very complicated project. One of the reasons it took so long, COVID, Amtrak, and when I started telling people this coincides with when we have to get signatures if we're running for re-election. Today's the deadline. And as I went door to door to get signatures, everybody would still ask me about this bridge before anything else. And I would say it's opening this Friday. And so there is skepticism among constituents and politicians sometimes. And I'm glad to have this be a reality instead of a talking point. So I'm really glad we're opening it on the day that I've spent the last 2 weeks telling everybody it would open on. So don't want to get out of the way of that. I do want to get out of the way on that and have the bridge open. So let's go ahead with that. Thank you.